everyone, and welcome to another episode of Crafty Beer Reviews. Today I will be reviewing a very special beer. This right here is Epic Brainless on Peaches. This is a Belgian style golden ale. They're using 100% natural peach puree, and then they're aging it in Chardonnay cask along with champagne yeast. If that's not enough, this is also a 2012 vintage. This is release number 20. And one thing I really like about Epic is they actually, in their Exponential series, they have each bottle with a release number, and then you can go online and see exactly what hops, malts, everything else they used, adjuncts, etc., so you know exactly what is in your beer. So very, very cool stuff. And this was the 2011 silver medal winner at GABF in the fruit beer category. So pretty cool stuff. I'm definitely excited to see this, how it's aged. I've never had it fresh, but I'm assuming age probably did not hurt a beer like this. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and check out the aroma. Oh, wow. So I'm definitely getting a little bit of that peach in there. It's not nearly as strong as I thought it would be, although it's natural peaches, it's not artificial, so of course it's not going to be super, super in your face. Definitely getting that white wine, white grape type of note in there for sure. That's actually a very strong, it's got a very strong white wine type of note. I'm getting some yeasty esters. I'm getting a little bit of an apple type of note, very fruity. Definitely getting a little bit of spicy notes from the Belgian yeast strain for sure. It's kind of like a black pepper type of note. I'm getting a touch of oak, not super, super forward. It's definitely a little bit of earth and definitely some wood. Smells like it's slightly on the sweeter side too. I'm surprised the peach isn't as huge as I thought it might be, but it's definitely in there. Yeah, smells like a pretty interesting beer so far. Let's go ahead and take our first sip. Wow. Wow. I gotta say, for being almost exactly 2 years old, there's definitely still some alcohol heat in there. I couldn't taste it, I couldn't smell it. I get a definite warmth as it goes down. I mean, it is almost 12%, so I'm not super, super surprised, but, you know, for 2 years, I would think this is mellowed out. Of course, I've never had it fresh, so this thing might be really, I mean, if it's this hot 2 years in, it might be super boozy when it's fresh. I just don't know. First thing I'm picking up on is definitely that big white grape Chardonnay type of note, immediately followed by a little bit more of that subtle peach type of note. Definitely getting fruity esters from the Belgian yeast strain. Getting a little bit of apple. I'm getting like a touch of maybe some stone fruits in there as well. Very, very subtle, but it's in there. Definitely a fruity beer. Definitely a lot of wine-like characteristics, though. Definitely big white wine, white grape. It's kind of juicy as well. Definitely that peach is in there, but it's, again, it's more subtle than I would have assumed. I'm getting a little bit of the oak. It kind of dries it out on the back end of your palate, but it's not super, super oaky. Definitely not tannins or anything like that. It's got a slightly earthy type of note in there as well. Definitely getting a spiciness too. I'm getting some of that black pepper type of spiciness. It's not over the top, but it does kind of help to reduce a little bit of that sweetness because the peach is definitely a sweeter note in there. It's a pretty rich note, even though it's subtle. And it dries out pretty nicely on the back end. Not too much, but enough that you just kind of keep wanting to come back for another sip. It's on the lighter side of medium for a body. It's got a really nice, crisp, clean type of mouthfeel. Very effervescent. I'm kind of surprised, though. Despite the streaming carbonation, as you can see, the head died down particularly quick. I guess that's to be expected, though. This is almost 12%, so... Again, not extremely surprising that the head would disappear so quickly, so yeah, this is a pretty nice beer. I was definitely expecting a bit more peach in it overall, but it's interesting. It's kind of like this Belgian golden ale meets wine meets fruit beer type of hybrid, and for the most part, I would say that it works, but there's, I don't know, it's still kind of each separate element as opposed to being completely fully blended, in my opinion. Mind-blowing. So as far as a rating, guys, I'm going with an 8 out of 10. I'm a little disappointed by the amount of alcohol heat you get in this. I figured after 2 years it would kind of mellow out. For all I know, it has mellowed out, and this could be a very boozy bomb. Again, it's interesting. It's something that I would definitely try once. It's a little expensive. I don't know if I would have it again, but For fruit beer, it's decent. Again, I guess my biggest complaint is that it's kind of like each separate element, and then they don't blend together. So you're definitely getting a fruit beer, wine, and a Belgian golden ale, but they don't all come together completely like I think maybe the brewers intended. And again, maybe that's just something because of age. I should try this fresh and see. So, decent beer. If you like fruit beers, I think it's one worth checking out. Just don't expect to be blown away. Alright, so for my musical recommendation, I want you to check out a group by the name of The Posies and their 2010 record, Blood/Candy. Not really sure what the hell that means, but oh well. They're a very typical indie rock group, very upbeat, but they have their share of melancholic songs as well. They're a fun group, easy listening, good stuff for the summer. Alright guys, please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And remember, I hope whatever you're doing involves good craft beer. See ya.